Hello, today we will be talking about a very important topic in physics called kinematics. So first we will be discussing about scalars versus vectors. Scalars are physical quantities that have only a magnitude, for example distance and speed. In vectors, vectors are physical quantities that have both a magnitude and a direction. For example, displacement and velocity. The common symbol for distance is s, but for displacement it's s with an arrow on top of it. So when we write vectors on paper, we put the symbol of it, and then we put an arrow on top of it. For example, acceleration, the symbol for it is a with an arrow on top of it. So this is the symbol for acceleration. In print, vectors are printed bold. Now we're going to talk about distance versus displacement. Distance is defined as the length of the actual path of the particular particle in motion. For example, let's say a particle alpha started at D and it came to A and it has arrived at A through CB. So this is the distance covered by the alpha particle. The unit of distance is meter in SI system, and it is a scalar quantity. Displacement is defined as the shortest distance between the start and the end of the position. The line segment AD is the displacement. This is the shortest distance between A and D. Suppose let's say this is the north, then this would be west. So along with displacement we should mention the direction. So the direction would be northwest. Its unit is the same as distance, which is meter in SI system. It is a vector quantity. Speed is the rate at which particle covers a distance with respect to time. The formula for speed is distance by time. There are 4 types of speed: instantaneous speed, uniform speed, non-uniform speed, and average speed. For instantaneous speed, the speed given at an instant of a moving object is called the instantaneous speed. Uniform speed is the speed which is constant. Like for example, a body is moving 1 meter per second. So in time intervals of 1 second each, it's moving 1 meter. So this is called uniform speed, but when the object is not doing so, it's called non-uniform speed. Average speed is the speed of an object. It's also like the speed of an object, but it's taken over an average. So the formula for it would be total distance divided by total time. This would be the formula for average speed. Velocity is the rate at which a particle covers displacement with respect with time. Velocity would be displacement over time. Displacement is what makes velocity a vector quantity. There are 4 types of velocity: instantaneous velocity, uniform velocity, and non-uniform velocity, and also average velocity. Instantaneous velocity is the velocity given at an instant of time. Uniform velocity is when the body moves in a uniform velocity. For example, moves in the same direction at 1 meter per second. This is the velocity of an object. For example, an object moves in this direction with 1 meters per second the speed of the object is uniform, but the velocity is not uniform because there is a change in direction. So this would be an example of non-uniform velocity, and this would be an example of uniform velocity. Average velocity is the velocity taken on an average. So its formula would be total displacement over total time. Acceleration. Acceleration is defined as the change in velocity. It is a vector quantity. Its formula is acceleration equals to initial end velocity minus initial velocity over time, where u is the initial velocity and v is the final velocity. So let's do, for example, a car starts at 0 meters per second, and after 10 seconds it reaches around 200 meters per second. So the acceleration would be 200 minus 0 over 10. So this would mean 0 would cancel, and the acceleration would be 20 meters per second square. Meters per second square is the unit of acceleration. Next we will be talking about equations of motion. These are very useful in future when you go to college or university. There are three important equations of motion. First one is v equals u plus at. S equals ut plus half into acceleration into time square. V square equals u square plus 2as. U would be the initial velocity, v would be the final velocity, s would be the displacement, and t is the time, and a is the acceleration. Please make sure to remember these formulas. They will be very useful in future. So this would be the summary of the topic we have taken. Feel free to take a screenshot of the summary slide. Thank you.